Welcome in, grab yourself a coffee. Today I'm going to show you some of my most beautiful books. The guys over at Hardy's Books, Ross and Laura, tagged me in, I think it's like the most beautiful books challenge or something, I don't know. I have the prompts, I thought it was fun, so I decided to do it. And is this purely an excuse to show off some stunning editions that I own? Yes. And I don't care, you can all feel jealous and I will become on your rob list. So I will be tucking most of these books hidden away so nobody can find them. Without ado, let's crack in. The first one is a book you bought primarily or because of the cover. I have two for these, and these both have a story behind them. So let's go with the first one that has a shorter story, and it's obviously going to be my introduction into the Realm of the Elderlings. I know, this is not book one in the Realm of the Elderlings. I did not know this when I bought this book. It's probably just come out. I remember walking into a Waterstones with my dad. I was 15, 16, I was very young. And what year did this actually? Oh my god, you can see like this somebody stain on this book. This is how I've had it for fucking ages. When did this come out? 2014. So 10 years ago. Probably, yeah. 10 years ago. Wow. That was a long time. Maybe I was a bit older than I thought. But anyway, I ended up picking up this book. And I saw it face out on the shelf. And I had never heard of Robin Hood before. And I was like, beeline. Picked it up. Read the back cover. A secret is only yours so long as you don't share it. Tell it to one person and it's a secret no more. That intrigued me. I read the inside of the dust jacket flap. I'm not going to do it because everybody should know who Robin Hood is by now. And this book. Have I reread this series since I first read it? No. Because this last trilogy breaks my heart so much. It just breaks my heart so much. But I remember seeing it and the beeline for it. I bought it. Yes, I did read it. Partway through reading it, I realised this wasn't a book one. But I was like, fuck it, continue. Read this. Picked up book two in this trilogy. Read that. Then went back through and read Fitz's stories. So, yes. Especially when I got to Fool's Errand, I knew the big thing that happened in that book. I put that off for so long because I knew it happened because I read this. So, that is my story. And then obviously when the third book in this trilogy came out, I put off reading that for a year because I knew how bad Robin Hood was going to hurt me, and I was right. And it took me a year to read because I was like, I'd pick it up, love reading it, put it down, and go, I can't cope with this anymore, I'm too traumatised, too emotionally damaged. That's how that went. It wasn't specifically this edition I picked up because of the cover, but my grandma had just died. And I wasn't overly close to her, but she was still my grandma, you know? So when we were shopping, I took my brother to shop for suit and stuff for the funeral. I walked into the Waterstones in the shopping centre and I saw this, and this has just come out. And I read the back cover, like the underflap, which was all legends are born of truths and just as much lies. These are mine. Judge me for what you will, but you will hear my story first. That sold me and I bought it. I also happened to buy the Mad Ship book that I hadn't had in the Lives of Traders series. It's because I was trying to collect them and they were really hard to find for a time. But that's why I bought this, because the cover stood out to me, read the back of it, and I was like, you have sold me. I was 90% already sold. It sold me in the last 10%. What more do you want? This is the Broken Binding edition. I do have the Broken Binding edition of book two as well. Plain cover, the end papers, and the candle is significant if you've read the book. A book you want to buy that has a beautiful cover. I don't know if there is one. I am going to put Wind and Truth here, the US edition, because currently at the moment you cannot get it shipped to the UK. Even if I bought it from Barnes & Noble, they wouldn't ship to the UK. Currently I have a few friends on the lookout for me when it comes out in trade paperback. But that is the one on the top of my head that I can think of that I'd love to buy. Usually I'm very stickler on covers. If I don't like the cover, I won't buy it. I'd get like the audio or the ebook. It's not coming on my trophy shelf. My favourite series design. There's so many. The Grace of Kings is one. Dragon Egg. The Grace of Kings, Dandelion Dynasty is one. These ones, and obviously these paperbacks, I just adore them. But also Tired Child series. Look at how they line up. Look at how they line up. And each and every one of them just really captures the series as a whole. Another one on my list is the First Law series. I love, side note, the texture of this. Like the feel of this. Love it. Just love the feel of the cover. But that's how they line up like that. Then they line up like this, which is kind of cool. But look at the cover. Look at the blood splatter. Like that blood splatter that goes all the way through. You can't really see it on here that much, actually. Tell a lie, it isn't actually on the second book, but it is on the third book. Like that. Don't know about that name, but I like it. That really what intrigued me when I first picked up First Law was that. That was just stunning. I loved it. A book with a beautiful dust jacket or something unexpected under the dust jacket. For something unexpected under the dust jacket, I am going to go with Will of the Many. The broken binding edition of Will of the Many. I don't have the actual cover here to hand. It's somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. So this is done by Cretina Paints. Can't speak. This is done by Cretina. Why can't I speak? Cretina Paints. Anyway, I was a bit umming and ahhing over this, if this was like my kind of art style, but I do actually like it. I do prefer this more of edition. Don't know about it, especially when you think of the new cover that's coming out. I don't know about that one. Have I bought it? Yes, but again, I don't know. I do hope the broken binding are going to continue with just a plain this, but for something under the dust jacket, Will of the Many. It's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. Naked hardback. Now, is this my time to flex? Yes. So I have two to show you. This is called the Bone Ships. All of them look like this. Voila. I'm seriously going to regret having to tidy up after this. Voila. Wraps around. It is gorgeous, but my biggest flex. Of course I jumped on buying these. The Blood and Bone editions. These books are these books are stunning. As soon as they announced that these were going live, it went into my calendar. I had an alarm set, and the moment they went live, I was on it. I don't care. I was at work. Do not care. I had a long bathroom break. Fuck this shit. I was on it like a fucking rocket, and I had to get these books because these are just absolutely so stunning. You can line these up together and they all match. It's like a story being told, like a scene being told through each book under the dust jacket, and it was just gorgeous. It was so lovely. I adored every second of them, and I love them on my shelves. Do I have them facing out? No. As much as I would, no. I have them because, again, you cannot get these editions hardback anymore. They're out of print. So I now am the proud owner of every single book John Gwynne has ever written in hardback. So of course they're facing out that way. Do I still have the paperbacks? Yes. Will I ever be getting rid of them? No. But I love the hardbacks. The hardbacks on my shelf are just absolutely stunning. I just love them. I do just love them. A beautiful paperback. From looking at these prompts, I kind of realised I didn't actually own a lot of beautiful paperbacks. I've now discovered I'm probably more of a hardback collector. Which is concerning because my shelves are not bolted to the wall. So I have to make sure it's not top heavy because That is not going to be fun. Bear in mind, I've got like glass, like china at the top, that I got from some Illumicate boxes, like lip gloss mugs. That's going to be sad if they break, especially because every one of them is The Night Circus. One of my favourite books. But I recently acquired these 2 books, and I just think they really stand out. Obviously, on the hardback with the broken binding edition, they stand out a lot better, but these are probably the most beautiful like paperback editions I own. When you think about the colour, how everything's, especially like the red on the blue, how it just stands out. I just don't know, I just like it. And also, Stephen Arion signed it. Justice for the Camels, even though they had it coming. If you know, you know. Editing Mair, coming from the floor. My paperback just was also going to be Word Kings, the US editions of Stormlight, because they are just stunning. So, yeah, I came around to these books. These are stunning. I just love these illustrations. So, that's my insight. I also stand by what I said about the Judith Blossom, but this was actually going to be my main pick. Whoopsie, I forgot. I'm going to cheat here. The next one is a non-fiction book with a beautiful cover. My issue is I don't read a lot of non-fiction, and the non-fiction that I do read is usually on audio or Kindle. I'm a cheapskate, so instead I'm going to flex again, and I'm going to put in my beautiful edition of Watership Down that I've had for years. You can see how battered it is. Wow, this is how old this is. £8.75 for hardback. It's nothing major, but what gets me is illustrated. Even on the edges, it's just I just absolutely love this book so much, and any excuse I could to show you off that I actually have this edition of Watership Down that I've lost for a time, and I rediscovered when my grandma died because it was in her collection, so I obviously had left it there, completely forgetting about it, and then it wasn't until we discovered it I was like, oh, I remember having that. I never remember losing it, but I remember having it. So I took it back. And I would love to read this edition at some point on a reread, maybe over Christmas, because Watership Down, Fellowship of the Ring, and Harry Potter are just the books I gravitate towards Christmas. Also, technically The Faith and the Fallen now, but more these guys, because I want cozy in my life, and these are just cozy. Cozy. A book with great end pages. Once again, I'm going to bring out some editions you've already seen, but I can't help it. These editions of the Blood and Bone trilogy with the end pages are just absolutely stunning. I love the detail you can get on them. I love the fact that, you know, look at everything that's there, and the scenes that they really show. If you've read the books, you know, and it's just absolutely stunning. Like, it's not doing it justice in this video. It really isn't. But the second one that I am going to mention is again going to be Tie Child. It matches. If you think of the cover and then you think of the end pages, it matches. It is just absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. I cannot think of anything else that is as stunning as this. And it's just so one of the best editions I own, and it's one of the ones that I could spend hours and hours just staring at these end pages. You know, and the way it really encapsulates the world and what happened and how vast these creatures are is, if you have not read the Tie Child series, I highly recommend you do, because it is just one of the best series I've read. And I just love it. I just love it. A book that looks just as good spine out as it does face out. And there's only really one book I can kind of really think of this that would really fit this prompt, considering, without reusing another other series I've already put. And that is The Silver Blood Promise. Obviously it has the nice edges, but the cover, look at that. Then you have the cover like this. This, I don't know about you guys, but this is a cool fucking book. Some of those are some of my beautiful editions. Do I have more? Yes. Because I'm a sucker for broken binding tier 1, so I like pretty books, and I only really listen to audiobooks, so these are my trophies. These are my trophies, and I say I can spend my hard-earned money on these pretty trophy books. So I'm now going to think that some people are going to enjoy doing this, and I'm going to tag Hope from Hope Alamantic. Also Kira from Kira's Corner. She is new to BookTube, amazing on TikTok, and you guys should really follow her. She's fucking hilarious. And I'm actually going to tag Charlie Loves to Read, because I think he has some secret little gems hidden away he doesn't show anybody about. So, but it goes by, if you see this, you want to do it, feel fucking free. I will put all the info that I know in the description. And no, you cannot have any of my books. Thank you. Please don't come rob me.